Once upon a time, there was a small hut by the bank of a large river. In that hut lived an old fisherman with his wife. They had no children. One night, when the moon was shining in the sky, the old fisherman went to the riverbank. As he cast his net into the water, he noticed something glowing floating toward him, almost like a star. As it got closer, he saw it was a small casket. Inside the casket, a tiny baby was peacefully sleeping. The fisherman gently placed the casket in his boat and brought it home. He said to his wife, "Look what I found today." He showed her the baby with golden hair. Then he added, "We don't have any children of our own. Why don't we raise him as our son? He could be our support in old age." His wife agreed immediately. Time passed, the child grew up and started going to school. One day he came running to his father and said, "Master's skinny old horse is for sale. Can we buy it?" The fisherman replied, "Son, we have neither fodder nor grain. How will we feed it?" The boy responded, "It can graze on the grass near the river in the forest." So they bought the skinny horse. Every day, the horse would go to the forest and graze. One day, the horse suddenly spoke. "Listen, John, there's an old house at the edge of the village. Inside is an old saddle. Go and ask the owner for it. Even if he refuses, take it quietly." When John arrived, the owner said, "I don't need it," and gave him the saddle. John fastened the saddle to the horse's back. Then the horse said, "There's an old bridle lying in a corner of the village. Go and fetch it. Even if the owner refuses, take it." John went, but the owner refused. Still, John quietly took the bridle. Then the horse said, "A soldier in the village has an old sword. Ask him for it. If he refuses, take it anyway." But when John asked, the soldier handed over the sword, saying, "Polish it and become a warrior." Now the horse said, "Shine the sword and bridle well. Clean the saddle and fasten it on my back." Then he added, "My dear friend, you have a little sister. We will bring her back." John was shocked and said, "But I have no sister." The horse replied, "She is your sister. She is being held captive in a house in a neighboring country. Let's go rescue her." John mounted the horse, and they set off in search of her. When they reached the border of the neighboring country, they found an old house. The horse said, "John, kick the door 3 times. If it doesn't open, strike it 3 times with the sword. If it still doesn't open, look around." John did as told, but the door didn't open. He then struck it with the sword. Suddenly, an old woman appeared, flying on a broomstick. The horse shouted, "Don't look back! Jump on my back!" John quickly obeyed, and the horse began to gallop at full speed. Even when they reached the riverbank, the old woman was still chasing them. When she struck with her broom, the water split in 2. The horse said, "That was close. We barely escaped." The next morning, the horse said, "Let's rest today. We'll continue tomorrow. But do one thing. Pick 3 apples from the tree in the garden and keep them in your pocket." The next day, they set off again. When they reached the house, John threw 1 apple up, 1 down, and 1 in the middle. The door shattered open. Inside stood a girl named Helen. John grabbed her hand and pulled her out. Just then, they saw the same old woman flying toward them on her broom. John cried, "Horse, she's back again." They quickly mounted the horse. The horse said, "John, my back is burning." When John looked back, a cloud of dust was rising, and with it, 27 magical horses were galloping toward them. The horse raced ahead, and as soon as they reached the riverbank, he leapt across to the other side. But when the old woman and her horses tried to cross, they fell into the water and drowned.